Stupid is, stupid does.
That's what they say. But I don't know.
In your neck of the woods, they say that at least.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Winter Garden. How are you doing today?
All right. I'm all right. How about you?
Good. Not bad. Is it just me, or do you also have to pretty much every day fight the urge to buy a 3D printer?
I have not had the urge to buy a 3D printer since a long time.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, wow,
okay. Yeah, I've used them. Mm-hmm. I've seen people who have them. Mm-hmm. They're not the kind of people I want to be. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean to offend anybody who has 3D printer. I think they're cool. I feel like it would be so many things. It would be like so many other things in my life where I make this purchase and have all these plans.
Right.
And then knowing me, I'd also set up a business around it, I'm going to produce things and open up a shop, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it'll just sit there next to the steamer in my garage that's still boxed.
Steamer? Like a
steamer.
Clothes steamer?
Like a floor. No, a floor steamer.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got one of those in the garage in a box.
Well, that's interesting.
It's supposed to be great.
Yeah.
But I opened the box once with the intent of doing the cleaning that I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I looked at it. I was like, nope.
Eject.
I didn't have the energy, and for about, I don't know, 18 months, I haven't had the energy to just sit down and learn that thing.
Yeah. It all went away.
Yeah,
you opened the box. It was all like dreams and plans.
It was a COVID purchase. It was one of those.
As the box opened,
I was like, oh, what the hell, Yeah.
And so, COVID purchase. You're gonna be, you know what? We're all stuck in here anyway. I might as well do something where we can't walk on the floors for a while.
Oh no, because it's you can walk on them. You steam
right after you do it. There's no drying time or anything.
I'm sure there's drying.
Yeah.
It is Florida. It would
it
would take some time.
So in a way, no, there's not drying.
If my towel is any indicator, then it would take probably 2 weeks for it to dry. I assume there's a way. I just turn the air conditioning up or something. I don't know.
Well, I've done the because I don't know if that's a steamer or maybe it's not. The thing that you get, the Rug Doctor or whatever that you get at stores and stuff, that's not a steamer,
that's a carpet cleaner. That's a carpet cleaner. Yeah. I have one of those too.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
So you're Mr.
I've used it a couple times.
Potentially clean carpets over there. But
I've used it a couple times. And then and it's just, the thing is, it's too big. Because I was like, I'm not going to pay somebody all this money to rent something. Plus, I have to go out and talk to somebody and then get it into the car.
Yeah,
and
you got to haul it.
And the idea of having this contraption that not only was very full of someone else's dirty water.
Yeah.
It's like renting a bathtub, Marcus. They didn't let all the water out of it.
Right.
I don't want any part of that.
I'm
gonna just buy my own.
Even though it's a receptacle, it's that stuff isn't going anywhere. It's just staying in the tank. But still, the idea that there it is, and the tank is clear, you can see it. It's like I can't ignore that.
So I just ordered and bought one of those nice units, and it's great.
Is it?
But the thing is that it just takes so much work to set it up. And then there's the drying period, which it takes time for that to dry. So then you've got to clear the room or the house of the dogs. And it's a whole thing, Marcus. It's a whole thing. And so
I guess you'd have to go
just get rid of the carpets.
And
I think we should just get rid of the carpets at some point.
There you go. Yeah, that works.
Because they're not great carpet it's not great carpet to begin with.
Yeah.
For all I know, it could be original carpet, which means it's like 20-year-old carpet almost. And it's like that builder's grade, stuff. But I wanted to make sure we got out of the puppy phase. This is when we first moved here, Sophie was still a little tyke. And now she's not a little tyke, but you're not going to replace this carpet. There's still the chance that you have dog stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so as long as that exists, you either don't replace the carpet, right? Or you get rid of the carpet, which is what I think we need to do. We just need to get rid of the carpet. But to get rid of the carpet, Marcus, so for example, in the bedroom, I have to now figure out what do we do with all the furniture in the bedroom. This is heavy furniture that doesn't belong in Florida anyway. Furniture that I have moved so many times and now there are parts of it. This is nice. It was at one point it was very nice furniture. It's still nice-ish, but there are parts of it that have either, I don't know, like this one corner of the bed. I think we lost a bolt at some point. I'm sure that's not safe. So now it's a little like wonky.
Yeah.
And then there's this, and then there's the dresser, which when we moved to California, the foot of one of the back left foot of the dresser must have broken or something. But that wasn't discovered until 4.5 years later when we moved to Florida. And the movers, as they were like lifting to move it, they noticed, oh, this foot's broken. So we're going to have to fix this when we get to where we're going. Like so sure enough, when they brought it here, they carry it in, and they got to fix this foot. Well, before they carry it in, they're fixing the foot, I guess, outside. And they had this stuff that they bought from Lowe's that apparently is like, I don't know, stronger than super glue. It was like crazy.
Yeah,
I know it was crazy because no, it wasn't. Yeah, maybe it was like it was so dangerous. I think that the truck dude, he was like the guy. He didn't drive the truck, but he was the guy that like organized the effort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
yeah. Oh, I know the guy well.
Dude who like you could pay him in whiskey and he'd be happy, and he's been doing this forever. Like he can just kind of look at your house and say, yeah, yep, okay. I know exactly how much we can fit in this truck and blah, 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 right?
Yeah. In my experience, they've always been Eastern Europeans.
Oh, this guy was very much not Eastern. I think he's from like Oklahoma or something. Anyway, he
had two of them. They've both been some sort of Eastern Bloc country.
Maybe he was. Maybe he just had a...
This will take lots more than the estimate was telling you.
I don't know. Yeah, these kind of people you hire. Yeah, maybe don't hire Latvia movers or something. You'll be fine.
True. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So nothing against Latvia.
We will move a Latvia. I don't know.
That's great. I love it. Yeah, let's go with that.
If there are any Latvian movers out there, you can use that. That's free.
Okay, so they get here and they're using this stuff, and this guy, he got it on his hands. He came in panicking. I need a towel.
Lord.
Right.
I need to adhere myself to a towel. Is that basically what he was saying?
I think he needed to clean his hands off. He needs I need a wet rag and I need to clean my hand. Like he needs to get this off, I guess, before it like solidifies forever and ever. Amen. Right. So
epoxy or something.
Probably, yeah. So Marcus, at this moment in time, it's like I see the distress, and then I see his hands, and then I scan the environment for available options because it wasn't like I didn't have a towel handy somewhere. Right. We had just moved there, but we had started to unpack. But I was like,
they were nice.
Whichever towel I use.
It's gone. It's over. That towel It's a casualty of war.
Right. So he then, I forget which day. It wasn't quite at the on par with like your decorative towel in your kitchen, because you can imagine.
Well, I would hope it's not that good, because I put a lot of stock into that sucker.
But do you imagine, like, you can imagine, like, imagine this guy, he comes into your kitchen, like, he's panicked, he's like, I gotta get this off, I need, like, a towel. And you both eyeball the towel hanging right there.
It's like a stack of them, and you're like...
And then you're like, I'll go look for some. Right? It's like that.
Can the towel be paper?
I can become so petty and ridiculous about these kinds of things that in this moment though I think I just gave him the towel I didn't want to give him, but it was there. Yeah. And so and then when he came, he brought the towel back to me at some point, like, I'm gonna, like, here, I'm gonna do with this.
There's like pieces of plastic on there, and then
so when he left the room, I threw it in the trash can. Like, I'm not using this ever again, right? And then 3 or 4 minutes later, he comes back in and he's like, "Oh, can you still can like, where's that towel?"
You got to fish it out of the trash.
And I'm like, "Oh, how did it get in? How did this get in here?" Oh. I don't know. Anyway, so this
the number
dresser,
of times your awkwardness gets you into even more awkward situations just in your life has been very entertaining.
Oh, just today. So this dresser the leg gets fixed, and then we placed it in the room. That was it in and of itself, its own thing, because where they placed it in the room, like, no, it doesn't go there. It goes over here. Anyway, that was the whole thing. It's like the heaviest piece of furniture we own, though. Like, it's crazy, heavy. So there it is. It's sitting there, and I can see that back foot, and I know I know it's strong, whatever they put on it. But I also know there's going to be no, like, sliding this thing. Like, there's no putting this thing on sliders and, like, moving it across the room, right? That's not happening. This is going to require people coming and picking it up and moving it out. Mm-hmm. And those people not being named Jason. Right? So if we ever replace the carpet in there, I've also got to get rid of that furniture, probably. Like, it's like, it doesn't... I mean, like, on the one hand, it's very functional, hyper functional, and it's nice.
Very bad.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not Florida.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, and if we're gonna move it out, we might just move it out. Like, the next time we move it out. So there's all of that. So then, like, looking at the carpet, and I'm thinking, like, yeah, we should just get rid of it. But then it's like all these things that how you have to do now, all the cascade of events.
Yeah.
That are created or need to be created related to doing that one task, that simple task, like, oh, just replace the carpet. Oh, no problem.
But, yeah, before we do that, we have to do this. And before we do that, we have to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of a back in time dominoes kind of.
See, for me, unlike you, when I look at a project, I can kind of quickly just, like, figure it out. Okay, like, no, I do not have the time for that. You, on the other hand, you're like, 5 o'clock? Yeah, no problem.
Screw it. I'm doing it right now. No problem.
What does this take? Like, an hour.
Knock it out in 20 minutes. 5 hours later. And like 375% more holes in the wall than I was planning on putting in.
Yeah. Did you finally get that thing in place?
I did.
Okay, congrats. Did we get pictures of it?
Today. I'll get a picture of it.
I'd love to get
I actually finished it today. Yeah. So we're good. I need to make the cables a little less kind of nasty, but I have to do that like on a...
You're going to use zip ties, or are you going to use Velcro? Are you going to use...
I got some zip ties. I'll probably use zip ties. I won't use Velcro. I don't have any of those things. Although after we talked about them, I was thinking, I should get like a bunch of those wrappy things that are made of Velcro and use those.
Did you order a Noloxy stand thing, whatever you called this?
Oh, what now?
The stand that I said is life-changing.
No, I have not. Did you send me like a link to that in Amazon? I don't remember. I definitely want to get one though. Before I travel.
Maybe. I sent Alex home with. I think I said this last week. I sent him home with the one that I had, and then did I all of our meetings run together now. I don't remember what we talk about from week to week, but then I turned around and bought 4 more. And I've already placed them, and I feel like, okay, now I need more. I may have a problem. It's like now, like these stands have become like my shoes. Like, some women will buy all these Carrie on Sex and the City. Her whole thing was shoes. Like Like mine's these stands.
You're gonna one day I'm gonna
walk into a closet full of these. Yeah, I'm like, oh, look at all these stands.
What was it? Was it the movie Conspiracy where Mel Gibson's character would compulsively buy any copy of Catcher in the Rye he found?
Oh.
Is it that?
Maybe. It sounds like something he would do in real life.
Yeah, it could be. I think it would be more Ayn Rand.
There you go. Sent it to you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Noloxy. Yeah. The Noloxy A4 cell phone stand, fully foldable, adjustable desktop phone holder, cradle dock, companion compatible for iPhone. Wow, that's those are always hilarious to see the product name that is may have a proper name in there like once, twice, but it's a good 35 words of just what it is, a description. That is the title.
And make sure you get that one because that's the one that folds up completely. They have the company makes these other ones that don't. They're like not completely folding. I don't understand why you would buy that, but
I've seen these weird ones on like Instagram ads that like are a credit card size piece of metal that has little hinges and then a thingy that grips it, and then it actually pivots on an axis. And maybe they're just fine, but it's sort of like I don't really trust that. That seems,
no. This thing will get the job done.
Yeah.
This you can also use as brass knuckles. I think. When
very cool. That's exactly what I need.
The plate breaks out.
So, whenever,
but it's TSA approved, so it's all good. Apparently, I'm not anymore, but this is TSA approved. But this will change your life. I'm telling you, man. You get this. You get this, and you come back to me next week and tell me if this hasn't changed your life. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm getting one for my office. Because you're going to start using it, and then you say, wait, I need one of these in the kitchen. Why don't I have this in the kitchen? I need this in the kitchen. Because sometimes you want to set your phone down, right?
True.
What do? You're reading a recipe online, or you're watching a YouTube video or something, and you're trying to do something. What do? You just lay the phone on the counter?
Yeah, just lay it on the counter.
Yeah, you can't do that. You will not be able to live with that situation anymore. You're like, I can't lay this on the counter. No, she's got to stand up. She's got to breathe.
All right.
And then you're going to be other places. You're going to be like, oh, I need this in this room. Did I tell you about the bathroom thing I did?
I was going to ask. How many bathrooms have one of these in them?
So none. But when we first moved to Florida here, our toilet room, water closet, whatever the kids are calling them these days. I love that you have the first house we were ever in that had its own little room just for the toilet.
It's so brilliant.
It was that talk about life changing. You can never go back from that. You can't.
No kidding. Yeah.
Go. You. It's like no way.
I'd love to know the first person who thought of doing that, because there was some point on the timeline where they became common, but they were not common before that point.
No,
and
brilliant.
It was like it was after 2000.
It was brilliant, but it's neat. It's actually required in our house because in the master bedroom, because the bathroom, that's the master bath and the master bedroom, there is no door closing that. So like otherwise you'd just be right out there in the open, and who can live like that? So apparently I do know some people who anyway, shut the door. When we moved here, and I was exploring that room.
Yeah.
Considering my options, I realized there's no place to set my phone down. Now, I don't want to really get into the details of this too much. But, it wouldn't have to be a phone. It could be a beverage.
Beverage?
It could be a utensil.
It could be a plate of hors d'oeuvres.
It could be a small little plate. Yes, you need something.
It could be something I'm whittling.
And it occurred to me that there's no... it's one thing I've never done. I've never whittled, unless that's another word. I've never whittled. I don't think I've ever whittled ever for real, ever.
Really?
Well, not for real, like actually truly making something, no. We're still talking about carving wood, right?
Yeah, as far as you know.
Okay. So this is the first bathroom of this kind that I didn't have. Like, there's no place, there's no shelf, there's
counter, something that would
the
normally
window
be there,
is
like a sink
behind
or
us and
something.
up. And there's nothing.
Yeah.
And
How about the tank? Is the tank?
Well, you can't.
I mean, it's awkward, certainly.
What are you gonna do?
Like, you needed to set it down to watch it, or just like set it down while you're using your hands for other things?
Come on, I'm not that guy.
Okay, I don't know that I can safely assume that you're not that guy. That you yourself, Jason CanApp, are not that guy.
I just need to put it somewhere. Like, I need to set it down somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
Out of the way. Okay.
Tank's too awkward, obviously.
You can't. Plus, it's gonna. What if you bump it and it falls back down behind? And then what?
That's no good.
Yeah. So, in any event,
and somehow the floor wrong. Just feels wrong.
No, you can put it you can't put it on the floor. It's disgusting.
Even though it's your floor and you know that it's not.
No,
this isn't like a public restroom floor, but it still just feels wrong. Yeah.
No,
I'm with you.
Disgusting. That's gross. So I researched this, and and maybe I researched it like at the scene of the crime, but I researched it and I discovered that they sell, because I was like, oh, you know what they need? They need to have. I wonder if they have it. And I looked it up. Yes, sure enough, they do. A toilet paper hold, like toilet paper roll holder. That has a shelf.
Little shelf. Oh, wow.
Little shelf. Okay. Little metal shelf. Yeah. So you can put a candle there if you want. You could put whatever you want, right? So
Cupcake?
a little a little succulent. You go there,
You keep a beta fish.
Beta fish. You can have yes. A timer. Yeah. Like an hourglass. You could have. Yeah. You could put a little a Pez dispenser. You
could probably get 3 or 4 Pez dispensers on there. You could get the Beatles. There, right? You have the Beatles lined up there. Each of them ready to give you a tart, fruity goodness.
Shampoos.
Just in case. Absolutely.
It's just the miniatures, a little bit. So, or miniatures.
Yeah, miniatures. You can put some.
Call out to Claire.
Some Legos minifigs.
Or maps. You can put maps there. So, in any event, I got this shelf thing, and I did this thing when I installed this, where I kind of pulled a Marcus.
Oh.
Because, like, where I was trying to put, I think I was trying to just kind of use what was already, like, the holes that were already there or something, and I just made these 2 giant holes. So it looks like a large snake kind of
okay.
Like, so then what I did, I know how to fix this. I'm just gonna raise the shelf. I just raise it up a little bit, and now the spots are below the shelf, so you don't really see it unless you're sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see it, but I just avert my eyes most of the time.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Use a putty.
I don't know. Oh yeah, I could use. Yeah, but why? It's like your closet thing. It's like why?
Yeah, I mean,
like
anybody can see that.
No one's gonna come. It's not the guests aren't coming to use that bathroom. Like it's.
Yeah.
No one's.
They don't know.
It's only Michelle judging me, and she's got so many more reasons to judge me than those two little holes there.
If that's the biggest problem she has, she's clearly not been paying attention.
She's probably saying right now, she's like, I cannot believe he's talking about this. Stop talking.
The fact that you're talking about it is worse than the thing itself.
Right. Exactly. So that's the other thing. I had this idea. It's not a great idea, Marcus, but this. I thought like it was one of those like, oh, this is genius.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I had this idea for an app.
Oh, okay.
Like so that you would use when you're indisposed, and it would be kind of the go-to, like the Swiss Army knife kind of app in this situation where you would open it up, you wouldn't have to think about it, like it would just serve you up like little like miniature like mini articles, like things that you could read and digest and be finished in the time that you should be taking and no longer, right? Like
right.
Because you don't want to be encouraged to be there too long.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about this,
point.
right? Because I could have been like, we haven't talked about this, right?
I don't believe we have like a
okay.
reasonable duration of toilet stay.
Episodes. So, well, hold on.
RDTS.
So you get the reading material. It has AI, of course, so it learns what you like and what you don't like, because you can kind of like swipe, like, no, don't want that article, don't want that article. Oh, that article, yeah, I'll read that. And there's like little mini Reader Digest kind of things. They're fun. There's meant to keep it light. Let's keep it all light here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. You could even have little puzzles. You could do little puzzles or something.
Yeah. There's
also the option for white noise.
Yeah.
So you can turn on sound. Because how many times are you in a place that doesn't have the fan, that doesn't have any white noise at all, and you're like, I just need the white noise.
Yeah.
So it'd have that too. And you could pick from your different white noise options and stuff, right? Also, you could have the timer option. So if you are, the kind of person who maybe stays too long, like you could have this like, okay, you've been here for 5 minutes. It's time to move on now. Please move on. Go back to whatever you're right. Okay.
All right, wrap it
up.
All
these things. There are other ideas too, but I won't bore you with those. But the best was what we were going to call it.
Oh, what?
I already own the URL
for this, Marcus. I would hope.
I've owned it since the 90s, Marcus.
Really?
Yes.
That must have been expensive. They were not like $10 a year back in the 90s.
I don't remember. You know what we're going to call it?
What's that?
The CanApp. Because it's the app you use when you're on the can.
Yes.
It's the CanApp. It's my name.
And it is your name.
It's my name.
Yes. I see now why you've owned the URL since the 90s.
So I go to my kids and I say, oh, I got this great idea. Like, oh God, what is it? And I tell them all about it. I call it the CanApp. Get it? Like, yeah. Like, why aren't you excited? I don't understand why you're not excited. And Henry says to me, Dad, I don't take my phone to the bathroom.
What?
Neither of them take their phones to the bathroom.
What the heck do they do? They just kind of stare at the door?
Well, Henry's a bit of a fast pooper.
Oh.
He's like, first of all, he doesn't listen to this, and this is his fault. Because if he listened, I would never tell this story, but it's too bad he didn't. Anyway, if there was an Olympic event for that, he would win hands down. Like apparently pants down, but he would win. He's like, I've said to him, like, did you wash your hands? And I'm like, yeah, you want to touch them, feel them, smell them? Like, no thanks.
Do you want to smell them?
They're still wet. He's like, wow. I think it's a gaming thing, maybe. Like, you only have so much time to be away from the keyboard.
I guess.
You're like,
yeah.
You're like, you gotta get back. Your guy can only stand there spinning so many times before you get, booted, right?
Or you get eaten by a grue.
So yeah, he's fast. He's fast. But I think that's part of it. Like that he just doesn't need the distraction because he's in there and he's like on a mission.
Yeah, he's got work to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I think also he doesn't have a family. So
clearly,
I think once you have a spouse or a significant other, a live-in lover, whatever we're calling it these days. I forget what we settled on.
Call back.
Then you have kids, maybe. And once you have kids, for sure, you're spending more time in the bathroom.
Probably, but I guess there are some kid-related motivations that make you want to go fast, though, too, I would imagine.
Well, when they're little.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't keep your eye on that. Well, then the door's like propped open. You're like, okay, don't leave, don't stay where I can see you, kind of thing, right? No, but I'm talking about like when they get old, you just need to escape.
Yes.
You're like, I just need, and it's the only room in the house. I think women, I think moms have a very different experience than I think moms, these rules don't apply, so you might as well just stop. Like they're all like shaking their head right now. They know, like dads, like we can, like the bathroom, like that's the one place, like not an office, not the garage, no, the bathroom, because you get to close the door. And there's nothing you can do at that moment in time to help anyone with anything.
Right.
Right. There's a reason they say you're indisposed, right? You are indisposed. Like you, and I think this is like there has to be some like correlation between age, the number of kids you have, and how many minutes you spend in the bathroom.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah. In any event, they didn't like the idea because they were like, I don't think there's that, like.
Yeah, I think if you called it something else, I think maybe the idea that.
You don't like the CanApp?
Well, I like it fine. I think they may object to having their last name be used as a bathroom entertainment.
I don't think that was the problem. No, I don't think that wasn't. Okay. Yeah.
It's just it wasn't that they didn't like it, they just weren't getting too excited about it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't apply to them. Which that blows my mind, especially considering that generation is so much more screen-oriented than we are, and that would be a time when they don't. That is a time when I will walk all the way up to my bedroom, retrieve my phone, come all the way back down here, and go in there. I will not go in there without something to entertain me.
You're not going to go in empty-handed?
I will not, no. I'm going to be doing the Sudoku or catching a Pokemon or something.
Sudoku. Oh, speaking of which, okay. I'm addicted to a new app.
Uh-oh. Does that have a Sasquatch in it?
It doesn't. I do have to pass the Sasquatch to get here. There he is right there. So I'm sorry, Sketch. I'm not coming back in.
Every time I get out, they drag me back in.
If we ever do another live, I think I should probably connect my phone, and we can go back in together.
Oh yeah, we have it in a little window. That'd be awesome.
We could totally do that.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. In fact, I think I can. I guess if I'm not going to go in now.
I was about to say, this is the wrong time to figure out if we can do that.
No, this is. I'm not doing it now. But the new app that I like is called Mini Motorways.
Mini Motorways.
And I think it's an Apple Arcade game. Mm-hmm. I bet if I plug my phone in, it'll come up. It did. See? And you can hit play, and then it'll take you. You get to like pick these different towns to go to.
You got Los Angeles and Beijing there.
Yeah. So I'm going to pick LA. I'm going to pick LA, and then I hit play. And the idea is that you have to lay down roads to connect the places. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And
so you got a little house there for the people who listen to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
A little house shows up, and then a big old building shows up, and you got to build a road between the house and the big old building. And now another house has come up.
Oh no! See, I just screwed that up.
And so another house comes up, and you have to put it into the same network of motorways that I can see where this is going. You end up with a very complex sort of.
And then eventually you're going to end up with, you're going to get some other colored houses get added, because these are all yellow houses, and then the green houses come, and the red houses come, and everything and they start to move faster and faster, and then you're trying to connect, and you run out of road. Like you only have so many road tiles to use and so forth.
So that's where the puzzle comes in, is to be the most efficient layer outer of roads. Don't waste any road, because you need all the road.
Exactly. You learn that the hard way. Anyway, I'm going to unplug this now. See if I come back. Oh, look. See, it worked pretty well, didn't it?
That did work pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to do that. So yeah, we can go look at the Sasquatch together. I think that has to be a live. I think we have to do that live, though.
Yeah, certainly.
I feel like that. But I'm loving this mini motorway thing. The problem is I'm doing that thing I used to do with Sasquatch. Yeah. Not buying a dog. I'm not like hunting for a dog or anything. It's not that. I'll play it before bedtime. And, I just get drawn into it.
Yeah.
No, the
so
nice
how long
thing
have
is
you been playing it?
I don't know, a week.
A week. Now, do you have the dreams? Where you see it in the dream?
No, Henry asked me that. Okay, because there's one other game that I am legit addicted to, but fortunately it's not on my phone. I can only do it on the computer. I think you can do it on. I think there's some other. I think if you have an Android device, and who does that anymore? If you have an Android device, I think you can play it on that, but you can't do it on Apple for whatever reason.
Because it's evil and addictive.
It's super popular apparently with the kids, and Henry got me into it back around Thanksgiving. It's called Super Auto Pets.
Super Auto Pets,
and I got out of it. Like I played it like I was binge playing around Thanksgiving, and then I got out of it. Thank goodness. And then that week between Christmas and New Year's. I just got sucked in again. And I have, during that week, there was a day, I kid you not, where I think I played that. I think I played it for 4.5, 5 hours, Marcus. Straight. And time passed I was time traveling. It was the best. The thing is, and that's the kind of game that's perfect for an airplane play, for a long airplane play, right? But I can never play that on an airplane. It is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculously over the top gamey looking that to see a middle-aged man sitting there playing this game I might as well be watching porn. That would actually be more acceptable than playing this game on an airplane.
Really? You feel that self-conscious about it?
Well, it's it's little, you're building a team, and they have to fight this other team. It's basically
wait a minute. I think I've seen this game.
And
and you can get hippos and stuff.
Oh, you can get hippos.
Yeah, I think I've seen somebody was playing it on YouTube or something.
That doesn't surprise me. It's so addicting, and I have to But it is a little it's it is my indulgement now. I will in the evening, if it's wind down time and I just need to just completely veg, whatever, it's better than TV. Because I would just, I don't think about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
There's
sort of a meditation kind of thing. You're focused.
Yes. But it's also the kind of thing I can still actually have a conversation with somebody and not lose, because it's kind of like you strategize, you arrange your team, and then you can like send them into battle, or you can just break away and do something else and have a conversation. Like he doesn't forget where you were.
Right. Huh.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's not on my phone, because then I'd be up until probably forever playing it.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, like I've invested like the number of hours, especially during that break, that vacation period, because the kids are playing, because so when Alex was here in town, we were playing together, because you can play versus and you can play online anyway, and it's bad though when Henry came out one night and said, "Dad, you need to go to bed. You need to stop.
Like, get off of the video game."
Like, I know, he's like, "Dad, you just got to stop now." Like, I know. Leave me alone, Henry. And then we've had arguments because he'll tell me, like, he'll come out and tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm like, "Stop doing it."
All right, if you're gonna play,
I'm like,
stop doing that. That's stupid.
Don't stand over my shoulder. But now I think I'm better than him, and so now he asks me for advice. Oh yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm not awesome, but I'm getting better. Yeah,
good.
But it's very special time though. It's like having the Sunday. It's like, okay, there's a time and a place for doing that thing, and I don't do it because once you pull that out, once you pull the ice cream and the Jimmy's out and the hot fudge and stuff, like there's no going back. So
well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I've got a problem. Like these things we've talked about this. Like I can't. I get sucked in like the Sasquatch game.
At least the Sasquatch game is very. I mean, I when we did the clip show, I went back and did listen to that whole thing, and I am still just like completely flabbergasted at just how off the rails that game goes. That like, because you described it as you're a Sasquatch that lives in a national park, and you're out in the woods and you're saving the camp. But then by the end of it, you're talking about how you have to go to work and you race cars, and it's like, it's like 17 different games. And
I was trying to explain this. Yes, I was explaining this to Henry
between
recently.
them as you go.
Because Henry thought it was just a storyline, and that was it. Like once you played and you played the story out, and then it was. I was like, it's not. It's
like an open
all
world
these
kind
side story. Yeah, it is almost open world, and I'm sure they've added to the story. I can't imagine. Yeah. So I mean, I wonder. I would love to know. I don't doubt it. I wonder how many. I mean, they had a lumber mill. They might as well have a space program. I wonder how many.
The same thing.
Yeah, the best is when you have to go. It's so stressful trying to figure out, like, how do I get the wood from the lumber mill to the place where I'm supposed to be building my house. Yeah. But I wonder how many people have actually quit playing around the same point in the game where I quit playing. Like, I wonder, because I can't be the only person who got stressed out over taking care of that dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they've updated the game to kind of change the way the dog works, because too many people.
In fact, if I went back in and the dog just was gone, I would be okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't want to walk in and find a dead dog.
I was about to say, you wouldn't wonder, like, what happened to him? Or
no.
You sit there pining for you, waiting for you to come back. You know, because like as they say in Tron, you know, inside it's, you know, an hour inside is like a week outside. So he's been in there for a long time.
I thought that was that other movie. That was.
Well, I can say that too, but this is
Inception.
a computer we're talking about,
Inception.
so that's why I was going with Tron.
Oh. Well, that was Inception. They did that, and then also
it's a common concept, and it can be used in a number of different things.
Well, Interstellar also had that.
That was for gravity.
That was gravity related. Yeah.
A big old wave.
Oh, remember that wave?
I do remember that wave. You remember that really bizarre plot point with Matt Damon that came out of nowhere and was kind of stupid? Yeah, I remember that. suddenly he's like a Bond villain, and it's like, what the heck is?
Oh yeah,
trying to kill people and stuff, and you're like, what?
Don't, spoiler
Why?
alert! Spoiler alert!
The thing has been out for a long time. You ain't seen it by now. You ain't gonna see it. You don't care about seeing it.
That's not. No, if you haven't seen it, you should see it.
Well, you should see it.
Just don't take Matt Damon at face value.
Understand that Matt Damon
Jimmy Kimmel may be right.
Is gonna have to be one of the things that you just kind of spot the movie, as well as the ending. When it turns out that like one of the.
Don't say.
One of the forces of the universe. There's what? Strong nuclear, weak nuclear, and love. That's just no.
I don't think that's what it was.
It's just.
I think it was
some silliness, but anyway, I liked it fine. But you know. Matthew
cool.
McConaughey as Science Farmer.
Yeah. Did you read his book or listen to his book?
Yes. That was good.
Did you love it?
That was good. Yeah.
Right?
I know a lot of, I know the controversial part, but whatever. The number of things that dude has done in his life.
Is that the controversial part we're talking about? It takes place in the kitchen?
Well, the part that takes place when he's a kid, basically.
With oh yeah, the whole yeah,
basically that whole situation. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy the kind of life that dude's had. It's amazing. Like he's done like
the way he describes going to
fighting in Africa and stuff.
The way he describes going to that when he's doing the exchange student thing and driving to the town like that. He just tells that story so well about like when you're like, oh, we're almost there. We're just, we're going to this place. And then you get to the place like, I thought we were going here. I don't know. Well, it's just a little bit further. I know what I'm saying makes sense to no one who hasn't read or listened to the book. And you've got to listen to it. Buy the audiobook. Don't
buy the book. Buy the audiobook because he reads it.
You should do both. You should actually do both. You should buy the book because he references images and stuff that's in the book.
Photos and stuff in there.
So you want that to be able to go look at. But listen, because the way he tells the story, you will never be able to find that voice in your head that does it justice. Like it's so good. And I'm not even a big Matthew McConaughey fan, but this book was great.
It was mesmerizing. The hearing him tell it, and then just the story, like for lack of a better word, the story of it. I mean, it's hard to think of it in those terms because stories have structure and all that stuff, and people's lives don't always follow that. But he crafts it very well, and it's his whole thing in Australia, where he was a part of the exchange program. That whole section was just fascinating to me. That weird family that he stayed with.
So good. Oh, the ending to that story is so good. So, and the other book that I have to get back to, I started reading or listening to, is the Michael J. Fox "No Time Like the Future."
Oh,
I still have to get back to that.
I do want to.
Oh, and I did start to listen to "The Kids Stay in the Picture."
Did you? And you're listening to it, so it's.
I stopped. I got to go back because it was like, wow, this is intense.
And Robert Evans is narrating it, right? He's the one.
Yes.
Reading. Yeah.
It's like, so I took a break from that too. I need to go back to do that. I do that sometimes. I'll jump.
I love anything about that period of history in Hollywood. I love the his whole thing where he's talking about getting Godfather made and how the studio didn't want to use Pacino and all of that stuff. And it's just fascinating to me. And we saw the other night on the old, Amazon, I think it is, it's called Being the Ricardos. And
I saw that. Yeah. With Nicole Kidman and
Javier Bardem. And
that's it.
Man, it's good. I like it a lot.
I thought so too. Good. I really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed it.
Why am I?
The guy who plays Fred.
J.K. Simmons. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, J.K. Simmons is one of my favorite actors ever. I caught his episode of Marin on the way back from Little Rock, and he's just an amazing dude. He's awesome.
But the way he plays that character,
he's great. He's perfect.
I mean, I laughed out loud so many times with his just dry asides.
This is kind of surly guy. He's amazing, and he's all through the movie. So it's not one of those things where it's like there's 2 scenes and he's amazing and you wish they would go on forever. No, he's through the whole thing and he's awesome through all of it.
So
and the lady, I don't even know who it is. The lady who's playing Ethel.
Nicole Kidman.
No, not her.
Oh, Ethel.
But the Ethel lady.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can't for sure say that they didn't go back in time and get Ethel to play her. For this movie, because she is the spitting image, and it's amazing.
There wasn't any. That was the other thing. There wasn't any character that wasn't amazingly well played, well acted. Right. I mean, every character was well acted, and then I felt like at least all the people who had more than bit parts, like passing.
Yeah.
Passing scenes. They're all likable.
Yeah.
Like, even the ones that you're like, they're all likable. Mm-hmm. Everyone, and sympathetic. And, that was great.
And Lucy great. Ball, the daughter, she saw
really what her name is?
Yeah, Lucie, Lucy.
Not to be confused with Lucio Ball.
Right. Not. I have to assume that it was a reference to that. Yeah. But yeah, she said that it was a fantastic movie, and that while Javier Bardem does not look like Ricky Ricardo, because he certainly does not. Well, not Ricky Ricardo, but Desi Arnaz.
That's good.
But he doesn't look like him. She said that he pretty much nails how he was,
the personality and the mannerisms.
Yeah. So yeah, all around a really good movie.
Great movie. Great movie. What else? Let's see. What else have we seen recently that was good? We saw. I can tell you what you can avoid. You should. Did we talk about the Don't Look Up movie? We
have not, and I've been curious. And yeah,
did you end up watching it?
I know I haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
I mean, I probably will, but
it has all the makings. But it's trying too hard to be something it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's got
is it wacky? Is it satire?
Earnestness. It doesn't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever settle on anything. And
that's a problem.
That's just So that you should look. Don't get tricked because you're going to see. Oh, wait a second. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, there's a lot of great people
Meryl
in
Streep,
this.
Jonah. What's his name? Jonah
Hill.
Jonah Hill. Thank you. All the other people. Lots of
all the great actors.
Yeah.
They're all in there.
And how can this be bad? It's not even poorly written.
Right. It's just the execution maybe.
It's not even and it's well acted. It's not like when you're watching it's not like watching any of the prequels, Star Wars prequels. And watching these just classical actors, Natalie Portman, Academy Award-winning actors, who are just delivering these lines.
Liam Neeson standing next to Ewan McGregor, and you're like, I don't care about anything that's going on in this scene. I see 2 people drinking tea by themselves, talking about trade negotiations. This is terrible.
So it's not even like that. It's like every actor does a great job. Mm-hmm. They're all fully in, doing great. But it just doesn't know what it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
It has no center of gravity.
Some movies are like that. It's weird.
On the other hand, the movie Tender Bar.
Oh, no. I do know what you're talking about. Yes.
Directed by what's his name? Oh my God. Jason CanApp. Ben Affleck stars is one of the Ben Affleck's in it. And George Clooney's the director. Thank you very much.
Oh, Clooney. Okay.
And
so you got to
I
be
forget
cool
the
and
other
just
guy.
use their last name. You can say Clooney.
Clooney.
So that makes
George
you cool.
Clooney, Affleck. The Affleck.
Yeah,
The main character is played by the guy, and you would know he's been in. I can't remember.
I've seen the trailer for it, but
anyway, it's worth. That you should watch.
It seems good.
No, it's great. It's great. It's fun.
I love that kind of period piece.
It's
like
serious.
That too. Yeah.
It's serious. It's intense. There's an intensity about it that you feel like you're walking sometimes on the precipice. No, this is where. There's the moments in those movies when you hit these not the climax, but like it's like just what do you call it in storytelling when you hit this point where there's this major problem, like, how are we going to overcome this problem, the conflict that's there, and there's something that weighs on me as a viewer, like I'm emotionally invested now, and now I'm really distressed, right? Mm-hmm. Somehow they cover these situations that are intense and serious, and life-changing to the characters in a way that I don't feel put upon. Okay. I don't feel it weighting me down. It's that kind of movie. It's
yeah, I'll check it out.
Somehow and you're waiting for the bad thing to happen. You're like, I spent the entire movie waiting for the bad thing to happen. Like, there are bad things that happen, but you're waiting for like the thing that breaks this person, the thing that this guy, like Ben Affleck's character. Like, I'm waiting to okay, when does he become that guy I expect him to become?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like, and at the end of it all, I'm not going to give any ways, no spoilers or anything. At the end of it all, you're like, wow, like that was just a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah.
And I like these people.
I'll check that out then. Definitely.
Yeah. Tender Bar. I think it's on
Netflix.
Netflix, maybe?
I think Netflix.
I think Netflix.
We also watched, now this has been out for a long time. I'm just late to the party on this, but we watched Snowpiercer. Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
It's not, I don't know what I thought it was, but it wasn't this.
What's it about?
It is a dystopian future situation where humanity apparently tried to use a procedure or some kind of chemical reaction or something to combat climate change, and it went haywire and basically froze the planet. And the rest of humanity, everybody who could, got on.
Also known as Florida.
Yeah, right. Well, everybody that could got on this train.
Tell me an arc.
Called the Snowpiercer. And
it's a series, right? It's like
there's a series now. This is the movie. This is 14, I want to say, is when it came out. And
because there is a series now.
Yeah,
right?
There's a series out, and as bleak as the movie was, I don't know that I can handle a whole friggin' series of this. But they don't state this outright, but it becomes pretty obvious that what they're doing in the train is they're going around the world. Like, there have been big bright bridges going over the oceans and stuff, and they're staying where the sun is.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're staying where the sun is.
Because otherwise it's too damn cold.
And the rails don't freeze?
No, apparently not. Well, I mean, it's like snow will pile up on the thing.
Amtrak will slow down to like a crawl just because, there's...
Well, the name of the train is the Snowpiercer, and that's why, right? It's like when snow and junk gets on there, it can ram through it. And it's got some kind of... Why don't they just make everything
like that? Why don't they just make everything like that, and then no one would have had to die?
Well, I don't think anybody knew that the world was going to freeze. I think this guy, the guy that invented the Snowpiercer...
and apparently laid the rail across the Pacific.
I guess so, yeah. And I think it goes up and it goes like across at Alaska,
like the Bering Strait or something. Yeah, of course it does.
Which, in the winter, that's still going to be dark, but I don't know. But yeah, it was really good. It was really, really bleak and interesting story. It's one of those movies that is extremely good. I highly recommend people seeing it. Enough. But I know that I will never watch it again.
It's not enough that we're in this dystopian future where the world has frozen over, and we're all together we're like the last remnants of civilization on this one train, right? That's not bad enough. Because now we've got to have like Murder on the Orient Express kind of thing. Like,
as things tend to do, people are stratified into classes. There's the front of the train, the back of the train.
Like, so there's like the Hunger Games kind of
only it's just the revolution part, not like the games part. So the back of the train gets a little sick and tired of being treated the way they're treated by the front of the train, and so and it's a long train, so the whole movie is basically them advancing towards the front.
Walking.
Well, I mean, they also,
So it's basically like one of those hallways at Disney's Boardwalk Resort. Like it's like one of the.
Like my room is 9984, and I'm looking at 9003.
You're like, I know this is an Epcot resort. But I'm looking out my window at the Tower of Terror. Yeah. What is wrong with this picture?
I have some walking to do here.
Yeah,
and that's like the only elevator. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'd highly recommend it. It's just one that for whatever reason, I've always known it existed. I knew it was about a train. That was the only thing I knew about it. And I had assumed.
I don't know that I want to watch it. I don't feel like you're selling this. I feel like it's going to be depressing.
It's really good.
It's bleak.
It's rough, but I mean, it's really well done. Chris Evans is your star. He does a good job. John Hurt
in the movie
is in it. Yeah.
Oh, I like John.
John Hurt's very cool. I like him. Ed Harris is in it.
Oh, I like me some Ed Harris.
Yeah, there's some good people in there. Tilda Swinton.
He plays the bad guy, I assume.
Tilda Swinton in a sort of an evil role. Kind of good. Kind of good there.
So, I watched the new. I watched the most recent Bond movie, the last Daniel Craig movie.
I haven't watched. I don't think I've seen a Bond movie since Quantum of Solace. I think at that point, I think I was done.
Go back through.
Oh, wait, no. I did see the one with Javier Bardem in it. Skyfall. I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his monologue about the rats on the island is amazing in that movie. The rest of the movie is not terribly great, but that scene is fantastic.
You should go back and watch it and then watch the new one. It's good.
Yeah. I'll have to. Now was there one between Skyfall and this one? Because there's one with Mr. Robot as the bad guy, Rami Malek. Is that yeah? I don't think I've seen any of the ones that have Spectre in it, which is weird because that was something I was like, oh, that's cool that they're bringing that back.
Rami Malek, I think he's just in the last one. He's just in
the most recent one.
I don't think. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking he's like the evil guy for that. But
I don't think so.
I have to admit, I thought that Casino Royale was really, really good. But when Quantum of Solace came out, I was like, this really? I mean, it was kind of, this is about water? What? But yeah, I'll have to give it a shot because I tend to like the whole James Bond thing, but man, the Cold War ending really screwed up a lot of film franchises.
Well, yeah. Yeah. It really did, because, I mean, I don't know why they gave up on that, too. I mean, they've really gone, which understandably so, they've gone in this direction of bioterrorism and...
Yeah.
Resource, but they also went it got, at least with the Daniel Craig series, it's gotten very conspiratorial, like almost like the Illuminati kind of thing.
Oh, really?
It's not, which is never a thing. But the whole Spectre thing, like the Spectre is like the group, and this group of like industrial heavyweights, and
so they're more of a sort of a secret cabal
League of
influencers
Doom kind of thing. It's like it's
because back in the day they were more of a sort of a terrorist organization. They weren't quite as Blofeld is like just a megalomaniacal guy that's in charge of, it's like Chaos from Get Smart.
It's like right, exactly. And
which is of course based on Spectre.
But they're still fun. I think they're still fun.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. It's fun.
I tell you what's fun on those regards, and we rewatched the first one the other night, is Kingsman.
Henry wanted us to watch that. I don't. It's very. He's like, it is violent. I'm like,
it's extremely violent, but it's not. Realistically
he hasn't seen it himself
violent
yet, but he wants to see it and he wants to watch it with me. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't know.
So you have or have not seen it?
I haven't. I have not seen it.
Oh, you should watch it. It's good. It's fun. It is a lot of fun.
Okay.
And it can be surprising at moments.
There's 2 of them, right?
Yeah, and I have not yet watched The Golden Circle, and there's actually, from what I understand, a prequel called The King's Man that may or may not be about the establishment of the Kingsmen. I'm not sure. They mentioned it in the first one about Wyatt.
I mean, I like Colin Firth. I like Ray Fiennes.
And Mark Strong. Mark Strong is awesome.
Oh, Mark Strong. Oh, Stanley Tucci's in it.
Is in the first one?
Oh, that's what it says.
Are you looking at The Golden Circle or at Kingsman Secret Service?
Well, I'll tell you.
Well,
I'm looking at the wrong movie.
Okay. Is it even a Kingsman movie?
Yeah, it's the Kingsman. It's the King's Man.
Okay, yeah, that's the newest one. That's the one that's out right now.
So that's the
prequel thing, I think. I know.
Should I start with the most recent one and then go back?
No, I think you should start with Kingsman, the Secret Service, and then do Kingsman, the Golden Circle, and then do the prequel. There's always watch in release order. It's like watching the Marvel movies in chronological order. That's not a good idea.
There's 3?
There's 3. Yeah.
I thought you said there were 2.
Well, there were 2, and I had completely forgotten about the prequel that just came out. But that one's like a brand new one.
Okay.
But it's a prequel. And apparently it has Stanley Tucci in it, which I love me some Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, I like
the Tooch.
Yeah. The Tooch, as we like to call him when we're at the bar.
Yeah.
Talking about Stanley Tucci. You remember the Tooch? Oh, whatever happened to the Tooch?
Walks in, everybody goes, Tooch!
Yeah. Tooch, make us some pasta!
Hey, you find Italy yet?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the one that looks like a boot. It's a shoe over there.
Oh, then my trip got canceled to Italy.
Oh, did it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I knew you were worried it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when was that supposed to be?
March. So now I don't know what to do. We have all these arrangements to support that happening, and I have rebooked the flights so many times for this trip just because it got canceled once before, and then the airlines have just been a nightmare to deal with. So I've changed those flights so many times, and so now I have all that sitting out there. Mm-hmm. I said that maybe we should just go somewhere still.
We should just do a trip. Same spot.
But it's so soon, so the timeline's so tight to try to plan something.
Yeah. Jeez.
And I don't need that kind of stress. I got a lot of Super Auto Pets to play.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta
blow
up some penguins, man.
I should go somewhere far so I get more time.
There you go.
So put me in the back of the plane, please, so no one can see me.
And after you land, you still have all that time that the people in the front of the plane are getting off. You can still be playing. You can still blow up hippos and stuff.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
strategy. Strategy in the game, strategy out of the game.
But it's difficult now. Do you look at the maps and all the requirements for, just the cruise thing. Like I have anxiety even about that. Like the test, testing for the whole COVID testing thing, and just there's so much anxiety now related to travel, and maybe we should just stay home. I don't know.
Well, you can have a staycation. You live in Disney World.
It's not. It doesn't happen though, Marcus. That's the problem. I'll just end up doing work or something,
Well, you can come over and stay with us.
Okay.
I'll make sure you don't do no work.
I'll bring some of these. I'll bring some extra stands with me.
Oh yeah, cool. And bring that toilet shelf.
Oh, that's not coming off the wall.
Oh man, come on.
You gotta get your own. You gotta get your own shelf. That's not shelving.
Where am I gonna put my scented candles, man?
A diffuser. I never even thought about that. Another thing you can put on those little mini diffusers.
Those things
has to be
so
a
cool.
mini one because you can't get the kind with the long reeds sticking out the top. Because that's going to topple over.
Yeah, you're going to knock that off when you.
Or you're going to stab yourself in the eye.
If you have a particularly violent session, or if you're trying to go in the box so that you can send it to Cologuard, you're going to knock that off easily.
What? Wait. Cologuard?
Yeah. The people where you poop in the box.
Did you do that?
No, I didn't. But if you're doing that in there, that's going to be a lot more awkward.
I guess you would do that. You
have to do it. I mean, I would certainly you wouldn't do it in the kitchen.
Do it in the kitchen.
Right?
I don't know. I gotta do it in that steamer. Oh, look what I did! Oh, I made a mess. I better get the steamer out.
Let's see. Do not steam the poop. Oh, hon, I screwed it up. Steam the poop.
I steamed the poop. It's not screwed. Yeah, it's not the other word. Well, I really gotta get a lot of movies to watch. So,
well, there you go. There's one for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, 3. You've added 3 to the list for me. So, so there's that. Okay. Good times.
Cool.
Well, it was nice talking to you.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Very
it doesn't
nice.
have good. I'm not so sure. I'm looking at the ratings for this. Not so good.
Oh, for what?
The King's Man.
Oh, really? I don't know.
Yeah, that's so good.
Like when they try to do the prequel or whatever, that's always like you never know if that's going to work out.
Yeah. I'll let you know.
They have those weird movies where it's like it was Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3. Well, it was Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5. And then it was Rocky Balboa.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it seems like there was... Does he go directly into Creed? Or is there another one after that that was different? But like Wolverine had the whole like X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then it was like the Wolverine.
Yeah, it goes into Creed right from Rocky Balboa.
Okay.
It goes into Creed, and then
Rambo was kind of that way too, right? There was a Rambo. Well, First Blood.
There was First Blood, right?
And then Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Right.
Rambo and then there was 3.
Right.
And was it John Rambo that was the fourth one?
I don't think I ever saw the fourth one.
Or was it just Rambo? Or maybe it was the Rambo.
Was there? I didn't know there was a fourth one.
Yeah, there was like one that was like way later.
The only decent one was First Blood.
Sure,
I mean, that was amazing. And then there was then I mean that was like all relatively legit, plausible too, right?
Fairly, yeah.
Then you get to Rambo, and he's going to rescue the Vietnamese, and he's not rescuing the Vietnamese. He's rescuing the prisoners of war.
Yeah.
From Vietnam, right? That's the whole idea there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was ridiculous. And then
Rambo 3 is in Afghanistan.
And then Rambo 3 is Afghanistan. Spoiler alert.
The Taliban are the good guys.
You may not want to help the Taliban. I'm just saying. Maybe just leave Russia to deal with it.
People fall in and out of favor. It happens.
Yikes. How's that working out
for you? But then the last one,
4?
The fourth one is he is back in Southeast Asia and he lives there. And like some mission, like not military mission, but like going to set up a desalination plant kind of like missionary mission, right? Like somebody that's there to help like the local people with something. Like some of them get captured by local extremist militants,
drug lords probably or something.
Yeah, and then so they find out that there's a Rambo lives nearby, and so they go and find they're like, hey Siri, find me Rambo, find Rambos near me. And there's one in the woods over there.
Not rainbows.
Not rainbows.
I found a rainbow near. Yeah.
No, and in fact, rainbows and Rambos don't typically stay in the same spot, like close to one another. So if you see one, you're pretty sure the other one's not going to be there. But though they go and of course it's always the whole, I'm not going to go. It doesn't matter. You're on your own, and then later on they're like, oh, but please. And they're like, all right, fine. And then they go and he Rambos all through the woods, Rambos up all of these people's butts and gets the people and brings them back. And then there's like the sad piano music at the end when Rambo nobody understands Rambo. I don't even remember if he dies or not. I feel like it would be a thing where they would be like, and then this time we're going to make him die. But I don't remember if that happened in the movie. I've seen the movie, but I don't even remember that much about it. I just remember it rains a lot.